Hey guys, good morning and welcome back to Szpakowo here on the My Life in Poland series. This is episode 4. I'm pretty sure at the end of episode 3 I said, well, the next episode will probably be a New Frontier episode, and then we'll be back to this series. But honestly, I kind of wanted to just get back here and see what this day brings us. So if you're waiting for a New Frontier series, it will be likely after this one, is my hope. There's lots of good stuff about to happen over there also. I really love that map actually, but I'm really loving this right now too. So I think we'll play through this one and see where we get to, and then the next one should be New Frontier. But anyways, it's November here now in our little slice of Poland, and I'm excited to see what comes up in the real estate market. So when I left you guys, it was the first day of October, and I mentioned that I was going to probably just work my way through the second day of October, and then we would. Holy moly, that seems louder than normal. Maybe my headphones are turned up. And then I'd work my way through the second day of October, and then we would meet up again in November. So that is exactly what happened. I can take a look quickly here. We're just going to get the cultivator right now to go. I got a field. I got to go help David in. He needs it cultivated here first thing this morning. No big bucks and not too far away, but I think it's like $1,800 that it pays us. So it's definitely something to add to our $23,851. I don't remember what I left you guys with, but here, let's look quickly at this. All right, so our contract income for the month of October topped out at $35,463. So that's not bad. I think when I left you guys, just gonna close this back window a little bit. It's a little bit breezy. When I left you guys, on the second day of October there, I did a mowing contract or two. I wrapped some bales. I did a cultivation contract. Basically just kept myself busy, making some money and getting some stuff done. I also spent a little bit of money, so I'll show you that in a second here. We're just going to grab the cultivator. Great response from you guys on this series so far. It looks like you're enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying making it, which is good. That's what I'd like to hear. It's no fun making content and then nobody actually enjoys it. Okay, hold on, let's go up here. I believe is the direction. I believe it's right here, right? Is this the little alley that takes us back to those properties? Nope. Let's get out of this guy's yard. I am sorry. Yeah, I think this is the laneway that takes us into the back fields. Kind of feels like I'm driving through somebody's yard, but anyways. All right, so in the end, I did end up spending the $9,600 or whatever it was to purchase this piece of land right here. My thinking was a couple of things. One, we're kind of beyond where we can plant anything. I don't think we can plant anything now that it's November, to be honest with you, but we'll take a look. It looks like we'll probably get it right now, a cut of grass off of here. But I'm kind of half tempted just to spend some money and gravel this in, just make sure it's nice and level. And then whether or not we can fit a couple of silos and potentially a shed on here. So turn this into more of a machine yard. I like that it's pretty centrally located. It's not far from our current yards, but I think this might give us an opportunity to store some like for example wood chips and if there was another crop we wanted to store. So that's kind of my thinking here. Let me know what you think. I doubt we're going to do anything with it today other than maybe mow it, because it looks like we might be able to mow it. But beyond that, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. So I think it was like $9,600. So that left us. So we're down to $23,000 right now, of which we have a new month of real estate spin to do here. So we'll probably go cultivate this field, and then when we get back to the yard, provided we haven't been called somewhere else to cultivate something, it seems like we're a hot commodity here in the area. All of a sudden, everyone wants our skills. No skill issues here. We got all the farming skills, and everyone wants to pay us to use them. But yeah, when we get back from flexing our farming muscles, we'll spin the real estate wheel and see what we end up with. I'm really hoping that we spin and land on an inexpensive wood lot that we can pick up in November, because what that'll do for us, it will give us a good chunk of cash if we can take the wood off and then maybe turn around and plant some things. Oh, that's a bit of a side note there. So I did get I was paid a visit in October by somebody from local bylaw, and as it turns out, you do indeed need to work with the local municipality when it comes to so when it comes to taking trees down, that kind of stuff, you do need to work with the local council. So I didn't realize that. I did get a warning for now, but so we'll have to figure that out. So in saying that, at the same time, the bylaw officer was kind enough to put me in touch with the right department. So I did put in an application to take the rest of the trees down on our yard there where we put the canola field. So that could take 30, 60 days kind of thing. So we'll see if we get permission for that. So hoping that, say, by December we might get the green light to get the trees cleared out if they're okay with it. But I got lucky, I think, by just getting a warning. Could have been a big fine, and then all this work would have been for nothing. So what kind of news do I have to talk about here? Yes, indeed, we did make the purchase on that piece of land, so we'll probably get that mowed, and whatever bales we can get off that, we'll do that. I got another... I did get it's funny, everything happens at the wrong time sometimes. I got a phone call from Lec this morning. Let me just make sure this is the right one. 187, perfect. So he was kind of laughing. He's like, "Isn't it always the way?" So there's a company he deals with that makes small sprayers that they're, up until this point here, were basically meant to work in tandem with a specific tractor. I think it's a Fendt tractor. So he said, good news, and maybe a little bit late because I just bought a sprayer, but I might be interested in upgrading. So they just came out with that company just came out with a small liquid trailer that has an attachment for the sprayer arms that would normally go on this tractor that he represents. So we can now, for about $9,000, purchase a small trailer that can hold liquid, like in this case, it would be herbicide is what we were looking for a sprayer for. And then you just attach this other piece to it, and you've got yourself a sprayer. So we're gonna want to look at that at some point. I don't need anything right now. We really probably don't need to worry about anything until it's time to plant crops again. But yeah, that was kind of cool that came out. Oh, there's something else. Crap. Okay, so that's like almost 10 grand. We want to see what the real estate wheel says here this morning. There's also a tractor that he called me on. God, this guy's going to be the death of me. I think we're friends, but I also think that he, obviously he's in business, so he wants me to spend some money. So there's a tractor right now that he wants me to take a look at that he thought would be a great fit for our farm operation. So we're going to have to check that out. He did say he'd give me a good price on this tractor if I wanted to trade it. Why? Oh, I remember the reason why. I'm just trying to think about why it would even make sense. But I can put loader arms on this other tractor. So I'll show you that in a second here once we get through this field. I don't know how much work there will be to do today. Oh, actually, that reminds me. I was talking about work. David's got a couple of his properties that have some trees that need to come down. And he was asking. He said, "Man, you want to take those trees down and get rid of them? That'd be cool." Question whether or not I could bring my wood chipper and just chip up the trees for transport. He said, "Yeah, man, go ahead and give it a shot. If you can chip them up, then more power to you. And obviously, I can just take the money when I sell it." So I don't know whether or not I can chip up deadwood contract trees. I know that I can put them into like a sawmill, and we get because there's a density to them, we get we can turn that wood into furniture and planks and stuff. Even though when we take that wood to the sell point, we don't really make any money when we just sell the wood. So I'm wondering what would happen if we tried to sell wood chips, like if we took deadwood and turned it into wood chips. So we may find that out at some point. It sounds like a tempting option, and I think the deadwood contracts, I believe, continue right through the winter, where we're starting to see everything else dry up because the crops are either growing or have already been harvested. But so that's what we want to check out. So we bought a piece of property. We're doing some contracts, and there's a tractor we got to take a look at. That sprayer became available. There's a bunch of little things kind of popping up that are kind of cool. Now the other thing I saw, and I don't speak Polish. I think we've talked about this before. I don't understand it, but so one of the map makers, I don't think we talked about this already. One of the map makers was, I believe, doing a live stream the other day, and I saw them talking about, I believe the title even of the video was something like Szpakowo update, and then there was this graphic, and they were talking about, I believe it was like a change log, I think, from what I could see. So I sent a message through Facebook, but I haven't heard anything back yet to see if there's a planned update coming for this. Because if there's a planned update coming and there's a lot of really great improvements and it requires a new game save, then I've got some decision making to do of whether or not we're going to want to actually, update or not. I don't know what that could be, but I couldn't speak. I couldn't understand obviously what he was talking about. But anyways, I'm gonna blast through this, and we're gonna get back to the yard, and we will spin. Well, we'll flip and spin for property. See what the property world holds for us. So let me do that, and I'll see you back at the yard. Okay, we're done that cultivation contract. I just jumped back in the tractor. Oh my God, this thing is so dirty. There was somebody in the last episode that I think in all caps commented, "Please wash that tractor," or something to that effect. So yes, we'll have to figure out. Actually, there's two things I want to talk to Lek about. One, I need to figure out if I can put in, or I guess I don't need to talk to him. I could probably find somebody, but hopefully he knows somebody that can either put in a hose for me, or maybe I get a pressure washer or something like that. The other thing, I want to see if he's got somebody to put in a fuel container of if not tank. Maybe you know what I'll do. Actually, I'll probably wait until if we end up graveling over that the new lot there and turning it into a bit of a kind of storage yard, then maybe that would be a good place for if they have like a card lock fuel container, then maybe I can put that up there. Maybe that'll allow me to sort of keep it away from my house, just in case there's any issues, right? All right, so we get back here. I'm just going to get this jammed in behind the building, and then we'll get online. And oh my God, I am going to run right into those crops at some point here. I almost feel like I should put an extra fence, just for myself, to keep myself out of my own crops. So let me dump this, and then we'll hop into the real estate market and see what's going on. And then we'll also probably, once we've done that, we'll probably hop into the used equipment just to see what's happening there also. Maybe we'll do this one from the roof of the house. Parkour. There. Pretty sure my insurance covers this. Here's the app, the coin flip app. So let's see. Are we up or down? We are, tails is down. Okay, we're down again. I swear I'm not doing that on purpose. But yeah, we're down. So there'll be a 10% drop in price on anything that we purchase, if we purchase anything. So let's head over to the wheel. All right, so we've got the wheel of torture here. I don't know what happened to the sound on it, actually. Maybe I got the sound turned off somehow, but that's okay. All right, so and I think I'm spinning. This thing spins forever, so I'm hitting the button, letting it spin for a second, and then just cutting to the results. But anyways, let's see. So let's get 3 properties lined up here. Oh, there's the sound. All right, 22. $74. $171. Okay, so 22 is a mammoth lot here. $202,000, over almost 8.5 acres. So while that is an attractive piece of land, that is extremely expensive and probably beyond our reach. That's not our piece of property. Well, we're not buying that anyways. I don't have $200,000. Okay, so here's the first. So 74 is the first option for us along, I don't know what we'll call this something row. I don't know what we'll call this, but there's 89. That's the one piece of property we have. So it would be cool to start getting all these pieces of property through here. That is a $23,000 piece of land at just under an acre. Anyway, so we'll go over and check that one out after. I think that would be worth checking out. All right, and then we have 171 over here. $36,000, and it's an acre and a half. So that's also another interesting piece of land. I don't think these fields have anything in them either. I think they're cultivated. So maybe we go for a drive right now. So I guess what is unfortunate for us is none of these are wood lots, so we don't have an immediate way of cutting down trees and generating an income there. So we're still going to be playing the contract market. Well, let's hope we can chip some of David's trees, because that actually might turn out to be good for us. So you know what? Let's go for a drive just to see these pieces of land. So as I was getting off the roof there, we got a phone call from this Voltaire guy. Looks a lot like Walter, but anyways, yeah. So he's got wondered if I could mow. He's got I think it's less than an acre. A lot that he's got to mow. $1,400 he'll pay us, but it's actually right up behind that lot 171. So you know what? Let's go check out the first lot that's up in the row over near where we purchased the $10,000 piece of land, and then we'll go up and we'll see the other one while we're mowing. So somebody had suggested, and I think I talked about this, would you consider spinning for more than just 3 pieces of land? And on a day like today, I'm super tempted to be to just say, oh, good news, I can spin for a couple more, because I really would love an opportunity to buy something that's going to make us some immediate cash. But I guess that's part of the self-control. These 98%. Okay, so we'll be able to sell these at some point here today, I think. But yeah, that's a bit of the self-control in the game, where it's like, as much as I'd love to change it, I think what we might do is arbitrarily, maybe even, in this episode, we'll pick maybe 3 months in the next calendar year where we can spin for 5 lots, let's say. And if we pick them now, they're far enough out, so it's not like, we're just deciding on a whim in the moment. Oh, we can mow this too. Let's mow this while we're at it. Yeah, so we're not just deciding on a whim that hey, I feel like we deserve to spin for more pieces of land. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we pick. Oh, there's a fence right there. I'm kind of thinking that if we were going to arbitrarily pick some months, we might go sort of every 4 months. So what if we picked January? What would that be? That would be like January, and then not February, not March, not April, May, not June, not July, not August, September, and December. So if we do end up purchasing a lot in, say, January, well, it's not like the crops will be ready to harvest right after. So that's, there'll be some sort of strategy around that, I guess. Actually, you know what? Maybe what we'll do instead is I'll set the months up on a random picker, and we'll just take 4 random months and select them basically now, just to further, since we're randomizing things, just to further randomize the 4 months in the next calendar year that we'll have an opportunity to buy 5 pieces of land versus versus 3. And then you could see how you could really see how a randomizer mod would be cool for and kind of fun for something like that. Like you know, what if there was a month where you could only spin for 1? So every month it was like between 1 and 6, for example. And if the property gods were against you, then you know you're always coming up with 1. That would suck. So the farmer whose property this little grass field is behind, we're probably gonna have to ask him. He's got a shed that's right behind me right now, and there's some doors that open out to this end. So if we were going to put in a shed or you know, like storage silos or something, then we should probably find out if he ever uses these back doors, because that could determine how far back we you know, we're able to get a permit to build something. Because I don't think we can necessarily block off if he's got like kind of grandfathered access. All right, so we'll need to remember to get the baler at some point and come back over here for that. Okay, one of these is going to be lot 74, and I think it's like this one. No, I think it's this next one over here. Lot 74. Currently with nothing in it, but 100% fertilized. So this one I think was like $20,000. Gosh, we kind of almost had to figure out a way to buy that. Because I think this area here is going to be key for us. I love the fact that it's right in town. That's super cool. Does it have a back access road? I think there's even a couple of trees on that property. I just want to boot over here and see if it's got any back access. I like that piece of land, actually. Because you can picture that little square piece of land that we just mowed. If we can put some... No, there's no back access here. If we can put something on it for to store equipment and such, then yeah, it could turn out to be a good little work yard for us. Anyways, let's go mow this lawn over here, earn ourselves another $1,400, and then we can check out this other piece of property. There was a little bit more money, but also about a half an acre more property. All right, so I believe it's behind that stand of trees. So let me see if we can get... This is the land we gotta mow. Let me see if we can kind of sneak between these fields. Is there room there? Well, I mean, everything's dirt right now, so I don't feel too bad about going across here. Oh, is this the lot? This might be the lot that we have to mow anyways. We're looking for field 196. Yeah, 196. Oh, that means 171 was the one we pretty much just drove through. Look at this beauty. Oh my God. Okay, so this, I mean, for an extra 10 grand, this might even be a better buy, wouldn't it? Look at the size of this thing. If we want like a good farm field. Okay, well, that's a good piece of land right there. So we have, I mean, as far as a couple farming fields, we have a couple really good options. They're not necessarily options for immediate money making. Quite the opposite, actually. They don't have anything in them. So we'll have to take a look. I don't even know. I don't know whether you can plant anything now or not, because if you can plant something, there's a chance that the farmer who owns the land right now may be putting a crop in those fields, you know, before it's too late. And if they do, maybe it's something that we can benefit from if we were to make a purchase. So I would probably prioritize the lot closer to the little town center there before this one out here, because we already have land over there, so it's obviously less to transport when, you know, we want to bring equipment over here. But I don't know, this one's just like a nice piece of land. So hard to tell. In the end, we'll just own everything, and then it won't matter. Man, this is a nice little pocket back here too. So I mean, if we had the opportunity to kind of expand into this area, it wouldn't be so bad also. So a lot of choices. I don't think you can really necessarily go wrong anywhere unless, you know, you just outspend yourself and then you're sort of in a situation where you don't have the money to even develop the land. Then obviously there could be a problem. Like we have, you know, grain crops in the ground, and at some point we're going to need to harvest those, and we don't actually have a way to do that, nor do we have any, you know, big money in our horizon. So on the horizon. So if it turns out that, you know, these, like, for example, David's got us cutting these, you know, hopefully anyways, that he doesn't find somebody else beforehand, but if we can go and cut down some of this deadwood for him, and we can literally chip it up and get rid of it for him, then we may have the opportunity to make some money here. I've never actually tested it, whether or not you can chip deadwood and make money from it, but I know you can't take deadwood as a fill type and sell it for money because it's just not worth anything. But what about the chips that come from it? They're probably not called deadwood chips. They're probably just called wood chips, right? All right, well, that was fast. We already got our $1,400 for that, so that's good. Up to $27,000. Just admiring that field one more time. That is a nice field. I don't know, because I mean, the thing is, like, let's say if we get, you know, we start drawing these inexpensive, nice fields. Well, the flip side too is I mean, there's nothing saying that I couldn't buy it right now because I'm going to get a 10%. So if it's 30 grand, I'll pay $27,000 for it once I take that 10% rebate. And then let's say next month it's an up market and we want that cash, then I can sell it for $33,000 and make, it's a $6,000 swing. And, you know, somebody else can figure out what to do with the land. But we at least secure, that might not be a bad way to look at it, right? At least if you could secure the land while it's available, if it turns out that it's maybe not exactly lined up with what you got going on, then you can always, you know, liquidate the land. All right, let's just get this put away for the day, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We may need it again later, but you never know. And then David's got me set up on one of his wood lots there. So it's actually a wood lot where he's got some deadwood that needs to come out. So let's open this up because I believe our wood chipper's in here, and let's see if this actually works. Oh, I'm not sure if I can fit in there unless I go in nose first. I ended up having to put stuff in there with the Volvo. I believe this tractor might be too big to fit in there. Yes, okay, that is too big to fit in there, so let's get this out of the way. So I mentioned that there's a tractor that Lex got over there that he thought I should take a look at, and then I never said anything else about it. So I imagine there's probably one or two of you that are wondering, well, what the hell's that tractor, man? Let's pull this out of here, and then I'll just go onto his website quickly, and I'll show you. I'll just put this up here so it's easier to get set up. All right, that's perfect. That is set up. I really hope this works with the wood chips and the deadwood, because if it does, that could keep us busy all winter, working for the local farmers, keeping their forests and properties clean, and we'd be making all kinds of money, to be honest with you. But I just have this funny feeling that somewhere somebody in the FS universe has made sure that this is not going to work. Or perhaps you've already tried this and you know it works, and you're just waiting for me to shout with excitement as I realize we found a infinite money glitch. Yeah, let's throw the hazards on here because we're not exactly going to be flying over there. There's been a couple of trailers that I've seen that hold like 20,000 instead of 10,000 liters. I was tempted a couple times, but never made a play. This thing will do us for now, I guess. It just fills up so fast, which is not a bad thing, I guess, because it means we're making money. But so we'll get over to the property here, and then I'll jump into the app so you can see what's for sale. Because, I mean, right now we have enough money to purchase. I think that, so the priority of the two pieces of property is going to be the one that's right up near our other little square piece of land that we bought, which I think I can afford right now because I believe it was like 20 grand. And if it's 20 grand, which is essentially we can take 2 grand off that, 10% down market. So that's $18,000. I have 27 now. And then this contract we're about to do, it's got 9 trees. The contract itself pays $2,000, but if we're taking loads of wood chips off of here, then perhaps we're making a lot more than $2,000. So we may that other tractor might work for us. I really don't want to sell this Fiat Agri. Actually, I really like it, so I don't know whether we would try to just generate the income to purchase it outright, the other tractor, or not at all. Let's see, the land's in here somewhere. I think this is one of the deadwood trees right here. He did say he would have them marked for us. He's got some trash. There's a lot of people littering around here. Okay, so on suggestion of people in the comments section, because I had an issue with this wood chipper moving, the tractor and everything was moving while I was trying to use it. Oh, Jesus Christ. This thing's got a bit of a delay. A couple of people suggested, well, why don't you unfold, then reattach, and then nothing should move. I'm like, man, that is genius. Okay, so obviously this is a tree, right? So this is the property line I think I saw penciled in over here. So there's supposed to be 9 trees. Let's just take a quick summary. So we know we got 1 tree here. That's 2, 3 right here. Looks like 4 there, 5 there, 6 there, and then 7, 8, 9 over here. Okay, so that's 9 trees. Man, this would just be golden if we could cash in like this, but let's see if this actually works or not. Of course, we'll cut these down. Oh, a nice thing too, we don't even have to worry about the stumps, but we'll cut these down, and then our weak little arms, we'll pick up whatever we can and put it into the wood chipper. So, all right, 84 kilograms. I can pick that up because I'm a beast. Oh, 80 wood chips. I mean, that's kind of a good sign, right? Like, it didn't say 80 deadwood chips. Oh yeah, good. Okay, I changed the default size to 100 kilograms because I think we were set to 200 kilograms. I think I was able to change it in the lumberjack mod, so it looks like now we're there. Yeah, we got a couple hundred liters. I mean, this could be good work if it pays off. So I don't recall what is this now, November. So the other thing we could consider too, right? We could, with these contracts, we could also chip and store the wood, because could we chip and store the wood? So the from what I understand of the contracts, if we cut these trees up and then just took them to our yard and put them there, the second we accept the contract, the trees will vanish, right? But is that the same with wood chips? Can you stop moving, please? So if we had a silo full of wood chips that came from these deadwood trees, will the wood chips disappear when we accept the contract? Now, we're really not in a money position right now to even maybe worry about that, so it might be something that I'll test at some point somehow. But that would be a concern, that let's say I took all 9 trees and we chipped them all up and we put them all into storage, and then I accepted the contract and all the wood chips disappeared. That would really suck. One thing about these trees, other than the fact that they keep sort of spinning, which is not cool, they're very easy to deal with. And and the strategy looks like it's working. So thank you everybody that suggested that that I leave the trailer connected to the wood chipper after I unfold it. Obviously it's not moving at all now, which is great, because I was constantly just chasing it before. All right, I got the last 2 trees on the ground here, and I mean, I guess I'm happy to report I'm getting wood chips, but I'm also like, these will be 9 trees, and will I get to 10,000 liters? I don't even know if I will. So it's either deadwood is not, it doesn't contain as much wood to make the chips, or there's something in there that doesn't allow it to make the volume of chips that we would maybe expect, or perhaps it's just this kind of tree, like whatever the tree was when it was alive doesn't. Which I think is like a lodgepole pine, is it not? And I seem to remember them doing okay, but maybe they don't do well, or it's this wood chipper, right? Because I do remember the Vermeer wood chipper. I think it was Mr. Seeley P. Discovering that it was giving them less than. So I think normally you get like 3 times the amount of wood chips versus wood, but his was giving them like 3 times less or something crazy like that or whatever. But at least I was getting good at eyeballing the log sizes. So anyways, we'll get the rest of this thrown in there. Ooh, dead on. I'm guessing that will probably be like 8,000 liters maybe by the time we're done here. And then we can go see what it's worth. And of course, I'm not going to even attempt to put a silo in somewhere and store these for now. We're just going to sell them right away, because I mean, I'm going to get $2,000 for the contract itself, plus whatever we get for the wood chips, which I think we're at about 300 and change, 390 maybe right now for 1,000 liters of wood chips is what the sort of going rate is. So it's decent enough, I guess. I wonder if it just, maybe what it makes sense to do is just make planks out of dead wood and not have to go through the work of chipping these. Now, I mean, we could hang on to the wood chips. So let's say I get 9 trees and we get 10,000 liters. That 10,000 liters is worth $5,000 once we hit January. But it's still, not a get rich quick scheme. The plus side of this kind of work is that we get to hang out in the woods. I've kind of enjoyed the woods here. Oof, it's a beefy one, 93 kilograms. And we don't have to do anything with the stumps. Okay, and the winner is 7,500 liters off of 9 deadwood trees. So I don't know, is it worth it? You tell me. Great technique though, by the way, attaching this. That's been amazing. Okay, so I know we have a sell point like right out here, but is that the best route? Let's go find out if it's the best one. Might as well try to get the most right now. Okay, so somebody told me that is not actually. Oh, that's fairly far away. You know what? We'll just go to this one. It's close. We'll go look at this. I said this was a train. I guess I just assumed it was, but that isn't actually a train. We'll have to check that out at some point. But right now there's a sell point like right across the road here, and it's all fairly close in price. So, I mean, all in all, we'll probably make close to $5,000 from selling the wood chips and the wage that we negotiated for this job. So, I don't know, better than a kick in the butt. And you know what? I mean, if there's a number of these throughout the winter, I could sort of plug away and just do them all. And I mean, definitely we're going to be making some money. I'd be curious to know if I can store these without them disappearing. I'm guessing I can, because like they basically just changed form. They went from being dead wood to now wood chip. So if the game's triggered to, once you accept a deadwood contract, eliminate all the dead wood that came from it. Well, this isn't deadwood. This is a wood chip. I think it's back here. Yep, right there. All right, so basically $3,000 and $2,000 here. So call it $5,000. I told you I was going to show you what the tractor was. So let's head over to the store here, and we'll just pop in anyways, and I can show you while we're here. And then as usual, while I was in the middle of working there trying to get those logs cut up, David got a hold of me again. He has it's always like, hey, we're back now. David's got this. Oh shoot, I should have gone the other way. Anyways, so David has a field that he needs cultivated. He asked, what else do I have planned for the rest of the day? I tell him I don't have much planned for the rest of the day, but he said, okay, well, because this one's a little bit bigger, so would you be up for cultivating? It's a 5-digit paycheck. It's $10,000 basically we're gonna get paid. So I can only imagine what the field is. But if we got $10,000 for cultivating a field, we'd be at $42,000. $20,000 for the piece of land that we're gonna buy, and then we'd be well on our way to, if we wanted to purchase the tractor. I think I'm just daydreaming that we're gonna purchase a tractor here right away. I think we're better off to save up, and I mean, if a tractor and land were the same price, maybe we're better to purchase the land. I don't know. There's a mod that allows you to attach a sort of forklift type device to a 3-point hitch. Somebody had mentioned, hey, there's one in the used market, and I missed it. I didn't see it. But I didn't even know what it was. I do know what it is now. So we could potentially keep our eyes there. So, and I think it's only like $4,000. So I don't necessarily have to spend a whole bunch of money to get another tractor. I can only use one tractor at a time, right? So anyways, let's go look and I'll show you what it is. All right, it's right here. It's a 170 horsepower case that I can add a loader to. That's very appealing. I like this little tractor too. I mean, it'd be nice. I don't think there's a bunch of other case colors, but we could customize it while it's in the shop here, and I don't think we have to pay anything. Yeah, the paint's free, so once we get rid of the decals. So we could come up with a pretty cool setup here. Yeah, I like that quite a bit. I don't know. It's like, it would be like $40,000 by the time we we still got to add $7,000 for the loader arms. So it ain't cheap, I'll tell you that much. But if in the month of November, if this thing's still available, God, I don't know. It's so tempting. I mean, talking to Lek, yeah, we'd get like $12,000 for our tractor in its current state. The other tractor would be far more useful. We've only got 160 horsepower. It's got 170. I guess don't be surprised if we make some kind of a move at some point here, but I think we should, before I change my mind at all, lock down that other piece of land, the $20,000 piece. So that way it's done. And then really at that point, I got to bail up. Well, we got to get those silage is probably ready for sale too. Silage is pretty much, so it's only $2,500. So we don't have a lot of money to make in silage. It looks like the price is pretty much fixed for silage. But with our 6 small bales, it doesn't result in a big income for us. We need like 60 small bales. Or 60 big bales. God, it looks way different here now that all the crops are harvested. So I guess this did work, depending on what your definition of it worked means. We were able to chip deadwood and sell it, so that's a good thing. It just didn't result in a lot of leaderage. Like there's another, David's got another lot that's got 9 trees on it that need to come down. And he pays $1,300. I wonder why he paid $2,000 for the one we just did, but the next one's $1,300. So we could potentially do that. Yeah, we got stuff to do, but anyways, whatever. We'll grab the cultivator. We'll go take care of David's yard Oh shoot, I guess I'll just put this over here for now, and then we'll use the Volvo to put that away later. Let's hook up to the cultivator, and then we'll go see what this piece of land is that David's talking about. We kind of start the day with cultivation and end the day with cultivation. All right, and it won't be too far for us to get to this field. Obviously, it's highlighted in red here. So we're just up to the junction where normally we're making a left. Here we're just going to make a right and we'll be right at the field. But just before I forget, because I seem to have said I was going to do this and then I just seem to keep forgetting. But let's take care of the purchase of field 74 right here. $23,000. That'll leave us with about $9,000. But we're going to get about 10 grand right down here. So that's good. Plus we got a couple grand in silage bales and whatever. So let's go attack this. All right, and as you may hear in my voice, I started recording this episode I think 2 days ago, and I ran out of time as I was basically about to pull out of the yard there, and so I knew that if I tried to attack this field, it would have been interrupted. So I basically just paused everything and went about my business for a few days, and now I'm back, or a couple days or whatever, but I'm also back with a cold. I have one kid in the house that has a cold, and now it seems like maybe I do as well. So my apologies for the nasally congested, it's not my normal silky smooth commentator voice that you've all become accustomed to on this channel. It's nasally and suffering anyways. But anyways, it's all good. Just in time for Easter weekend. I'm supposed to be heading out of town to go visit my mother and stepfather for dinner on Saturday night. So that'll be nice. She has she's a Finlander by trade, or by birth. So they have a fantastic wood-burning sauna right on the side of the lake. So it's heading there with a cold. It might be just what I need. We'll go hit the sauna on full blast, and if we get up to around 85 Celsius in there, it should be enough to just cook this out of me. Anyways, so that was good. I'm glad I'm glad I remembered to purchase that piece of land. We'll have to go over. So basically, I don't know. We got some stuff to figure out. Actually, I said I was going to check to see if you could plant anything now. I'm pretty sure the answer is no, but you know what? We are in Poland. Let's see if it's different here than somewhere else. And no, the only thing we can do is plant grass, and that's this month. So we could actually, and I think I will do this. I think I'll get this this cultivation contract done, and then we'll go and put some seeds in the ground there to sort of close off the month of November for us, I guess. Because beyond that, I think I'll probably just pick up the rest of the deadwood contracts. And I know it doesn't make a ton of money, but I think I'll just pick those up anyways and chip those. I don't think there's an inexpensive, well, actually, no, that's not true. The Gaming Joy storage silos that store, I believe, 100,000 liters. They're not that expensive. I think they're like 10 grand. So it's possible we could put one down, and if we do manage to accumulate 100, well, there's no way we're going to accumulate 100,000 liters of wood chips based on what we've seen, but if I can accumulate some, we might want to just sit on them for a little while, and then there's not much else on the horizon until we get to the spring, really. So if we can get that field planted, if we can continue with the contracts, as much as I'd love to buy the tractor that's on sale there, I just don't know where I'm going to get the money for that to responsibly purchase that. Although responsible is not necessarily a word we like to live by. And then if I get lucky and the application gets approved to take those trees down on our canola field yard, then we'll be able to do that too, and we'll be able to pick up some bucks there. So that will be kind of farting around over the wintertime, I guess. And then it's funny, like it always happens, right? It's like maintain, do what you can to keep busy, and then just everything goes crazy all of a sudden when the spring hits. Then it's summertime, pretty chill, and then the fall hits and it's harvest season, and then it goes crazy again. It's like this round and around So this is an 11-acre field, which I just, happily accepted this contract on. It is by no means going to be quick, but, it is what it is, I guess. I was tempted to throw this into a time lapse because there was a few people that were happy that I ran a time lapse or two in one of the episodes, but I think what I'm going to end up doing here is just meeting you at the end of this, which I think I'm going to probably do right about now.
The city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. 'Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race. What's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5, happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind, trying to save your time, in case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket list. Girl, you can skip this funny business, 'cause up there it's complicated and overrated. Down here everything is understated. That's alright by me. I got everything that I need.
All right, as you saw there, we kind of grabbed a little bit more business before we'd be calling it a day on this first day of November here. So managed to cultivate that one field for David, and then he had another bit of a last minute mowing job that needed done, and then there was one more almost out of town, actually, one more job there mowing the field. So actually we're gonna go and collect all that money in just a second. We're just going up to our field so we can get that grass baled that we mowed before the day is done anyways. So we'll pop up there, we'll get that done, and then we gotta collect some money here in a second. I don't know, I'm like so on the fence of whether or not to buy that tractor that's for sale. Oh man, I don't know what to do. I mean, I could probably work my way up to it, and like we priced out the Fiat here, and it's probably 12. I bet you if we fix the condition's almost 100% anyways, but I don't know. I have no idea. I'm super on the fence. I'd love to add that. I'd love to add that tractor, but I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure it out. I guess more important is that we buy land. All right. So was that our field back there? This is our field, right? Yeah, this is it right here. So we got to get some grass. So I think what we'll do is probably in the next episode, i.e. the second day of November, we'll put grass in that, and we'll do all the stuff, grass, roll it, that kind of stuff, and that would be good. And then we'll probably take a run of deadwood and wood chipping, and then maybe that next episode will consist of a little bit of November and maybe a little bit of December. Who knows? I've also been thinking. So we started this episode off by saying that maybe for the real estate game, we would pick 4 months in the next calendar year, and those would be the months that we spin for more properties than just the normal 3. But honestly, I think now after seeing how kind of seeing how the flow works, even right down to like editing it, to be honest with you, because as much as it's fun, if it's no fun to edit, or if it creates way more work for myself, I'm just not going to do it. Well, it's actually not that bad. So I think what I can actually do is put a 1 to 5 on a wheel also. And then every month what we'll do, and this was a suggestion to somebody, and I really just didn't want to complicate my life, to be honest with you. But I think we can handle it. So we'll put a 1 to 5 on there. So we'll start by spinning a up market, down market. That'll be the coin flip. Then we'll spin a 1 to 5 to figure out how many pieces of property we're going to get to have the potential to purchase that month, and then we'll spin for the properties. So that maybe adds too much. Maybe is just enough. I kind of half want to have like a 0 to 5, so if there's a potential that you don't get to buy any properties that month, but that might be just cruel. It is supposed to be a game and it is supposed to be fun, so I don't want to totally make it bad. So are we gonna get a bale off of this field? I didn't actually look to see what was in the baler when we started. Shoot, I guess I'm gonna see that in the edit. But did I have? I don't know whether there was straw in there, or whether or not I should have emptied it. Shoot. Oh, there's our one bale coming up. The worst part about that one bale is then we're gonna have to go grab the bale wrapper. Oh, I guess in regards to wrapped bales, we'll probably save those silage bales until next month to sell. Not exactly a massive haul, but something nonetheless. All right, tiny little bit right here. Unfortunately, David did not say we could pick up any grass from the contract we did for him. So let's collect that money. All right, so we got 10,3. Add this 5,000. So that's like 15,4 basically. It's like so what is that, like 18,3 total? There's a lot of harvesting contracts, and now we're getting into the grains, soybeans, that kind of thing. So it'll be cool when we actually have that kind of equipment and we can go do the harvesting for people. Only one deadwood contract right now, actually. That's kind of interesting. We'll see if that's still there in the next month. And then I really got on the entire day without looking in here. I don't know. Okay, so that hasn't been much. Still that case is there. You could be ours. All right, we'll go dump this back in the yard. We'll grab the bale wrapper. We'll grab this bale and move it over, wrapped. And then yeah, I think we might be done for the day there, folks. It's like almost 4 o'clock, which means it's dark. We're getting there. The sun's going down behind the trees, so it ain't gonna get any lighter, I can tell you that much. And yeah, I definitely get thrown off a little when I start recording an episode and then continue recording it a couple days later with a cold. And then when I went jump back on the map here right away, it was even hard to speak. But I think we'll survive. Got a lot of stuff planned for the weekend, but hopefully some of that'll be content. I really want to just keep playing and recording on here, but I also popped into New Frontier briefly, just to kind of make sure that I knew where we were at there. And yeah, there's a couple things that I really want to get to over there as well. Planting a new crop that we've never planted. Somebody made a comment on one video. It's like, hey, you should try some different crops. I'm like, hey, you know what? I totally should. You're right. So we're going to do that. And then, anyways, yeah, I cleared a whole new area. Not really sure what I'm going to do with the new area that I cleared, but it is definitely cleared. I think it was almost 250,000 liters of wood that we ended up selling, but it was quite substantial. So anyways, I think, yeah, I'm going to go grab the bale, or the bale wrapper's right there anyways. I'm going to get the bale wrapper and head back over to our field to get that bale wrapped up and then put it over with our other ones. But I think what I'm going to do right now is say goodbye, and we'll meet up again here soon. So yes, I do, as usual, appreciate everything, guys. So my brain's like half mush right now. I probably need to have a nap. I worked earlier too, and it was quite difficult, and yeah, I just feel like garbage. So I will talk to you guys soon as I park this baler on a pile of trash. Jeez. Oh, we had a way to go out. All right. Anyways, we'll see you in episode 5. All right. Take it easy. Thanks. Bye.